Texas Government Code, Chapter 551, in order to permit telephonic open meetings. This was an effort to mitigate the spread of the COVID-19 virus by avoiding large group meetings while still ensuring continued governmental operations and preserving transparency in the decision-making process. Pursuant to this authority, Tarrant County College District gave notice of its intent to conduct today's board meeting as a telephonic and video conference open meeting. 6 trustees will participate in person for this meeting. Myself, Conrad Heed, Ms. Teresa Ayala, Mr. Kenneth Barr, Mr. Greenhill, Dr. Gwendolyn Morrison, and Mr. Hornsby. Dr. Diane Patrick will participate via video conference or telephonically. I'll now call to order the May 20th monthly meeting of the Board of Trustees. And is there any public comment? Yeah.
Mr. Heed, I didn't sign up for make a public comment, but I hope you don't mind. I'm going to just take a point of privilege here. I wanted to be sure and thank you and Dr. Patrick for your service on this board. You have served with grace your communities. You've been engaged and you've shared your knowledge and advocacy on behalf of the students of this college. So I appreciate that. I also want to remind you that you all have made some impactful change and some very, very positive change for students at this college, for the faculty, for the staff that will benefit them for years to come. So thank you both for that.
Thank you, Ms. Ayala. And thank you.
Thank you.
I have a few things to say myself. First of all, I have to congratulate Ms. Woods for her impressive election victory. She's certainly a much better politician than I am, which is something I never aspired to be. But now the challenge is to become as good a public servant as a politician, and I certainly hope that she accomplishes that. I want to thank everybody at Tarrant County College that I've dealt with over the past 10 years for their incredible help and support. I want to thank the Chancellor. We hired the Chancellor 5 years ago to take TCC to a higher level. And he has certainly done that. He certainly started to do that. There's going to be a lot more of that in the future. Chancellor, you've been wonderful to work with. Your vision and your leadership are so much appreciated by everybody in the college. And you have surrounded yourself with incredible talent. It's just amazing the kind of talent that have been attracted to Tarrant County College. And to the provost, Dr. LeBlanc, and all the presidents and all of the cabinet, I want to thank you for all your support and help over the years. You've done incredible work, and you're going to take the TCC to even higher things. Carol Bracken, thank you for keeping us out of trouble, for your help and advice through all these years, and your friendship. Appreciate that very much. To Gloria, Maria, and Reginald Gates, your department. I don't know how I or any of the trustees could get along without your tremendous help and support and friendship for all these years. We're going to miss you. For the board, it has been certainly an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to serve with all of you. This board is tough, it's strong, it's experienced. It's laser focused on the mission of the college, and I know that you'll continue to go in that vein. As my father always said, when you come to a place, you try to leave it a little better than when you got there. And it's my sincere hope that that maybe I've had an opportunity to move the needle a little bit in a better position. So I sincerely hope that all of you continue in a tremendous work. This institution is an absolutely incredible institution. It deserves the very best that we have to give it. And I love this institution, and I love each and every one of you. So thank you for the 10 years of wonderful friendship.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, this is Dr. Patrick, and I would just like to echo your comments about our appreciation for the fine work that's being done by the administration and staff, and putting up with a lot of our demands to be accountable to our constituents. So again, we're very, very appreciative of the work being done at each and every campus by the presidents and all of the professors and administrators that are working together for the benefit of our students. And I also want to say, as I've said many times, that it's been such an honor and a privilege to work with these particular board members who have been the most dedicated public servants that I've ever seen. And I really, really appreciate the honor of that. That special thanks go to Conrad Heed for your leadership as president in recent years, and you've done a wonderful job. Thank you for your time, which I know it's more time consuming than we could ever imagine. And then I'd also like to congratulate our new board members to be sworn in soon. Jeannie DeKine, who's replacing me, and Shannon Wood, and then returning Teresa Ayala. We are very fortunate that this community college district has a history of very, very dedicated board members who believe in working together to make a difference for our TCC students. I thank you. Gonna miss you. Love you.
Mr. President,
Yes.
Mr. President, I want to take this opportunity to say thanks not only to you, but to ask you to convey our appreciation to your beautiful wife, Betty, and you, Dr. Patrick, to your handsome husband, the other Dr. Patrick, because they've served every one of those days with each one of you, and we appreciate both of them very much. Thank you.
Okay, now we'll move on to item 3, board business items and announcements. Ms. Bracken. Item A is consideration and approval of resolution and order declaring results of the general trustee election.
Good evening, President Heed, trustees, Chancellor Giovannini, esteemed guests. On Wednesday, May the 12th, 2021, pursuant to Chapter 67 of the Election Code, this board, sitting as the canvassing authority for Tarrant County College District, reviewed the results of the May 1st, 2021 general and special elections for trustee positions for districts 1, 2, 3, and 5. At that time, a resolution was approved for presentation to the board, recommending that this board declare the results of those elections and announcing the winners of those elections. Staff has prepared a resolution based upon that action for your consideration. A copy of it is in your packets. It provides as follows. Tarrant County College District Board of Trustees, resolution and order declaring results of general and special trustee elections. Whereas on May 1st, 2021, registered voters of single-member districts number 1, 2, 3, and 5 cast ballots to elect their member to the Board of Trustees of Tarrant County College District for a 6-year term, and in the case of District 5, the unexpired term, or until a successor has been duly elected and qualified. And whereas the precinct returns have been canvassed by the board, this Board of Trustees as an official canvassing board, said returns having been officially certified pursuant to the attached documents, therefore be it ordered and resolved by the Board of Trustees of the Tarrant County College District that the following individuals were declared duly elected to the Board of Trustees of Tarrant County College District from single-member districts number 1, Teresa Ayala, 2, Shannon Wood, 3, Jeannie DeKine, and 5, Leonard Hornsby. Be it further ordered that each elected trustee be issued a certificate of election and take the oath of office as prescribed by law. The above order being read, it was moved by and seconded by that same do pass. Thereupon, the question being called, the members of the board voted, and then it calls for the for and against. Passed and adopted this 20th day of May, 2021. Signed by Conrad Heed, President, Board of Trustees, Tarrant County College District, and attested by Diane Patrick, Secretary of the Board of Trustees, Tarrant County College District. Mr. Heed.
May I now have a motion to approve the resolution in order declaring the results of the general and special trustee election? Dr. Morrison, had a second by Ms. Ayala. All in favor, aye? Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carries. And now I will take my leave. I have a very important dinner engagement with a lovely lady, so I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now that the election has been certified, pursuant to the requirements of the Texas Constitution, Article 16, Section 1B, and of Tarrant County College District's BBB legal policy, duly elected trustees are required to take the oath or affirmation of office before they enter upon their duties as trustees. Accordingly, we will ask each of the newly elected trustees to come forward with their officiants when they take the oath of office. We will call you one at a time, and we will pause for photos after each oath is taken. We will begin with Ms. Ayala and her officiant, City of Fort Worth Councilman Carlos Flores. Ms. Ayala. Of course. Up here. You're right here on this. Okay.
I'd like to thank Councilman Flores for being here tonight, and congratulations on your recent reelection as well. Councilman Flores just happens to be my cousin, so this is very, very profound and sweet and special for both of us, I think. Councilman, do you want to say anything?
Yes, I'll just say a few brief words. And yes, in full disclosure, Teresa Ayala is my cousin, and I'm proud of that. She is also my appointee on the Trinity Metro Board, and she serves very well in that capacity. I believe that service to community starts at home. It started with me that way. That's what drove me to where I am right now. It started that way for Teresa as well. After all, I know her family. So they have also a very deep set sense of giving back to their community. So that's why I think that she's a natural when it comes to serving the public good, in serving on the board for Trinity Metro, and now serving once again on the board for Tarrant County College. It's very important that we all give back to our communities in our respective capacities. So since 2015, I believe, yes, Terry, you've served.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
And I think the constituents of the city and Tarrant County appreciate your service.
Thank you. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you very much.
So raise your right hand, please.
Slowly.
Will do. In the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, I,
Teresa Maria Ayala,
do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of college trustee for Tarrant County College of the state of Texas, and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and of this state, so help me God. All right. I think we're official, Terry. Congratulations. Okay. Let the family assemble.
You can stay with us.
I'll let y'all get organized and then I'll sneak in.
The front? Yeah. Okay. Just get up and move over.
I'll do it. Thank you, Ms. Ayala. Next, would Mr. Hornsby please step forward with his officiant, the mayor of the city of Mansfield, Michael Evans, and a former trustee of this institution.
All right, Mr. Hornsby. In the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, I, Leonard Morris Hornsby.
I, Leonard Morris Hornsby.
Do solemnly swear. That I will faithfully. Execute the duties. Of the office. Of college trustee. For Tarrant County College.
Of
the state of Texas. And will.
To
the best of my ability. Preserve. Protect. And defend. The Constitution. And the laws. Of the United States. And of this state. So help me God. Congratulations, brother. Bless you.
Get your mask.
President Heed is already gone, but I did want to thank him for his support in the few months that I was here while he was here. To all the distinguished members of the Board of Trustees of Tarrant County College, to Dr. Giovannini, to our administrators, students, staff, faculty members. I stand before you today grateful for this opportunity to serve. To God be the glory, great things he has done. I'm proud to have my wife, Darlene, present with me. She is my gift from God. I'm also thankful for the presence of Dr. Michael A. Evans, Sr., my brother, my pastor, and my mayor, for taking the time to come today and participate in my swearing in. And last but not least, I thank the voters of District 5 for giving me this opportunity to serve, for demonstrating their desire to choose the best person to serve and not have a person selected based on colors, red or blue, because the needs of our students and this stellar institution are not red or blue. I believe it is our mandate to promote the opportunities that are available through TCC, to partner with employers through workforce development, to develop skilled workers, to partner with high schools and other colleges or universities to produce educated professionals, and to make lasting impacts on individuals' lives in a myriad of ways. I have long been an advocate and promoter of Tarrant County College, and I look forward to the opportunity to continue being an advocate for the students, faculty, staff, and administration as a member of this Board of Trustees. Thank you again for this opportunity to serve.
Next, Ms. DeKine, would you please step forward with your officiant, Tarrant County Commissioner Devin Allen?
I'll say a couple of words before we start, but though Tarrant County Commissioner Devin Allen is not my cousin, she has been a dear friend for several years, and there's nobody else who I would want to be serving as officiant today. So she's been a tremendous inspiration in serving Tarrant County. We did share some time together at our home at UT Arlington. And we do call Arlington home together. So I'm very grateful that you can help represent that portion of Tarrant County this evening. I also have my family here this evening, my husband, Will, and my 3 girls who are absolutely the inspiration for why I choose to serve. So thank you all for being here and for not only being an inspiration, but for being the best poll greeters that I have ever met.
Yes. Well, before we move forward with the very official part of this, I do just have to add to what Jeannie shared. I'm honored to serve on the Tarrant County Commissioners Court. And if you would have told me 2.5 years ago when I was sworn in that I would be leading during a time of a global pandemic, a global social justice movement, and a 100-year storm that we all experienced here in Texas, I would have told you that you're crazy. But here we are. So you never know what leadership is going to demand of you. But what you have to do is remember who you're serving and to show up for them every day. And I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever that my friend Jeannie will do that. She has done that for our country in serving in the Army and so many other ways. So I am beyond honored to move forward with officiating this oath. If you would raise your right hand. In the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, I, Jean Ann DeKine.
I, Jean Ann DeKine.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully execute.
That I will faithfully execute.
The duties of the office of college trustee.
The duties of the office of college trustee.
For Tarrant County College.
For Tarrant County College.
Of the state of Texas.
Of the state of Texas.
And will to the best of my ability.
And will to the best of my ability.
Preserve.
Preserve.
Protect.
Protect.
And defend.
And defend.
The Constitution.
The Constitution.
And laws of the United States.
And laws of the United States.
Of this state.
Of this state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Very good.
I am not as prepared as Mr. Hornsby, but I will become so. I appreciate everybody for coming out this evening. Thank you.
Ms. Wood, if you would please step forward with your officiant, Judge Timothy Murphy.
Can you hear me? There we go. I just want to thank all my guests for coming tonight. Many of you helped me in the campaign, and I greatly appreciate it. And also want to note that my daughter's here, and I appreciate you being here. And I look forward to working on the board with all of you. I am an educator, and I love students, and I can't wait to work with you all. And go ahead.
Thank you, Shan. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to swear you in. This is a huge moment, and I duly appreciate the opportunity to swear you in. This board will be very honored to have Ms. Woods. She is a person that has endless, and when I say endless, absolutely endless energy, and she's going to bring that forward to this board and to Tarrant County. All right. If you'll raise your right hand. In the name and by the authority of the great state of Texas, if you will repeat after me, I, Shannon Wood,
I, Shannon Wood,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will faithfully execute
the
duties of the office of college trustee for Tarrant County College
of
the great state of Texas,
and
will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States and of the great state of Texas. So help me God. Congratulations.
I guess I already spoke, but I just really appreciate you guys, and I can't wait to work with you, and I look forward to having our meeting. Thank you.
Now that the new board has been duly sworn in, pursuant to the requirements of Texas Education Code, Section 130.082D, and of Tarrant County College District BCA legal and local policies, officers of the board shall be elected following the regular election of members of the board. The board is required to select as president and a secretary and may elect any other officer it deems necessary or advisable. The board has previously created the offices of vice president and assistant secretary. This evening, the board is called upon to elect from among its membership officers for each of these positions. A trustee may self-nominate or may nominate another trustee. Nominations need not be seconded. A trustee will move to close nominations once all persons who've made a nomination have done so. And when seconded and approved, the trustee may call for questions or call for discussion. Immediately after any question or discussion period, the trustees will voice vote. A majority vote will determine the winner of each election. If there is no majority vote, the trustees must re-vote for the office until there is. We will begin this evening with the election of the president of the Board of Trustees.
Ms. Ayala. I nominate Teresa Ayala to be president of this board.
Madam Vice President of the board, it would be an honor for me to serve as president of the board. I therefore place my name in nomination, and I ask for each of your votes and support in assuming this new role.
Are there any further nominations for the office of president? Then it would be appropriate to have a motion to close nominations.
So moved.
And seconded?
I'll second.
The nominations for this office are closed. Is there any desire to have discussion or questions prior to the vote? There being no questions or discussion, may I please have a voice vote? We will start with Ms. Ayala as she was the first nominated. May I have votes for Ms. Ayala?
Yes. Aye. Aye.
So we have Mr. Greenhill, Ms. Wood, Mr. Barr, Ms. Ayala. Okay. May I have votes for for Dr. Morrison?
Aye.
Dr. Morrison, Mr. Hornsby? Thank you. Ms. Ayala has been elected. Next, we will move to the election of a vice president. May I have nominations for the office of vice president?
I nominate Kenneth Barr to be vice president.
We have a nomination for Mr. Barr. Are there any other nominations? There being no further nominations, the nominations are closed. Do any of the trustees wish to ask questions or have any discussion about this nomination?
Please note that I will not be voting.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
May I have,
Vote by acclamation? Or
by vote by acclamation?
I move to vote by acclamation. Well, we can't do that because she's not voting. So, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Whatever.
May I have a vote by acclamation for Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Barr is elected vice president. Next, we will have the election for secretary. May I have nominations for secretary of the Board of Trustees?
Do you want to be secretary?
I'm willing to self-nominate.
Thank you, Mr. Kine. May I have, are there any other nominations for secretary? There being no further nominations.
I move for acclamation vote for.
May we have an acclamation vote for Ms. Kine?
Please note that I will not be voting.
Yes, ma'am. Finally, we have the election for assistant secretary of the board. May I have nominations for that position?
Mr. Hornsby. Somebody else?
I was going to nominate Mr. Hornsby.
I'd like to nominate Mr. Hornsby.
We have a nomination for Mr. Hornsby. Are there any further nominations? There being no further nominations, nominations are closed. May I have a vote by acclamation for Mr. Hornsby? Mr. Hornsby is duly elected Assistant Secretary of the Board. Thank you very much.
Everybody, congratulations. Good going.
giving people a...
Yeah.
Sure, sure. Okay, may I say something first? Okay. We'll get right to the meeting minutes. I've got it. Yes. Okay. Okay. Well, if I may just have a moment, I just want to say thank you very much to the board. It is truly an honor, and it's very humbling considering the folks and the dedicated trustees that have served on this board for so many years. You know, when I entered TCC as a student several years ago, I remembered that I came in and I knew that this was going to be a place where there was going to be a life-changing journey for me. So I just want to commit that I'm going to continue to work to make sure that those students that come through our doors, we know that they all have potential, they all have aspirations, and I'm going to work with each and every one of you and the Chancellor to make sure that we continue to provide them the opportunities so that they can achieve the dreams they envision. Each and every one of you is capable of serving in this position, and I just want to thank you for your trust and confidence. So thank you.
Madam President.
Yes.
Please note that although that you did not have the pleasure of my vote in this election, I assure you that I will give you my full support in this role. My nomination was in response to a call from the community, and my service for 45 years on this board is not about me. It's all about responding to a call, and I will continue to do that for the very best of my ability. You and I both know that I've been one of your strongest supporters from the last 30 years, and I will continue to do that. And I expect the same from you.
Thank you, Dr. Morrison. Thank you so much for that. And we appreciate your service of 45 years. Thank you so much for that. Okay, go ahead and go to we're going to go to the approval of the work session minutes on April the 8th. Does anyone have any questions or comments?
I move for approval.
Okay. Second, moved for approval by Mr. Greenhill and seconded by Mr. Barr. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Motion carries. We'll go ahead and go to the approval of Board of Trustees meeting minutes from April 15th, 2021. Any questions or comments?
I move for approval.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, was motion by Mr. Greenhill and second by Mr. Hornsby. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. So we'll go ahead and go on to trustee activities. Any reports? We'll start. Anyone have any trustee reports?
Well,
Mr. Greenhill?
I would just like to update all of you and the public on the legislative progress that's being made towards the end of the legislation session. My comments are going to assume that you know the funding formula for the state of Texas for community colleges and universities. It's a rather complicated funding formula, we get money from the state, which is about it's gone down from about 78% to about 18% now, and it's based on contact hours and other formula. This also has to do with, we have success points. So far, the conferees on Senate Bill number 1 in the state budget are continuing their deliberations and finalizing the budget. The priority of the trustee organizations has been to ensure that colleges receive their fiscal year 22-23 at least the same amount as allocated in the current biennium. As some of you may know, as a result of the virus, contact hours, which is a very important part of the formula, went down, and so about 35% of our colleges are going in the red. So the idea has been it's called hold the colleges harmless, to keep it even in the next biennium. In regard to the hold harmless, it looks like right now the Senate, the budget conferees have agreed to about 95%, not 100%, but I think that's good. The college organizations recommended a redistribution of what we call the success points, and the Senate has adopted that. There's also an initiative called the TRUE Initiative, which means the Texas Reskilling and Upskilling Through Education model. And what this basically is a bill that will combine the colleges and the companies to prepare students for in-demand careers, accelerating their transition to work, and also building an enduring education infrastructure, supporting a thriving Texas community throughout the diverse regions of the state. The colleges will work with business partners and others in their community to bolster this pipeline strategy. That's it.
Thank you.
And by the way, if you want to call your legislators and give them some incentive or give them some advice on what to vote for, please contact me. I've got the information in my files, and I can send it to you. So you can send it to your favorite legislators during the end of this session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Greenhill, for that update. Mr. Hornsby, do you have any updates? Dr. Morrison?
Thank you. Perhaps some of you have heard the name of our first Chancellor of Tarrant County College. If not, I will want to share a bit about him today. You all know how we hold our chancellors in high regard. And the first Chancellor of Tarrant County College was a gentleman named Dr. Joe B. Russian. He was a native Texan, and he was the one who worked with the original Board of Trustees to launch this wonderful institution. I received information this week that he turns 100 on May 23rd. I wanted us to stop and take a moment to acknowledge him, his longevity, his great service to our college and to the community, and to wish him well. And we hope that he'll just take a look of what he started here. I think we have something pretty great going, and we want to say happy birthday, Dr. Joe B. Russian. Thank you. And this town is going to recognize him on Saturday, and so we hope that, and we'll hope to share these congratulations from the board with his family. That was a long time ago. Seems like only yesterday. Also, I've talked to several of you about succession planning. And so today I want to announce that I've selected a person who you might see joining me at board meeting. He actually would have been here tonight, but I didn't clear that we were going to have lots of guests. He is a TCC alum and a continuing student, Mr. Corey Kamen. He's a U.S. Navy retired Gunners Mate First Class and currently serves as president of the lay organization of my church, Baker Chapel AME Church. So I want to welcome him to this new role and to thank him for his commitment to TCC. Also, if you ever watch ESPN, as some of us have been doing in the last few days, you might have seen a variety of ads about Tarrant County College. I don't know the staff has any to display, but I was ecstatic when I saw several over this past weekend. They were most exciting, and I love the approach that they took to sharing success within reach. And so I'm really excited about that. And finally, I want to share with you what success within reach looks like. Some time ago, I presented a picture from the first class at Fort ISD, TCC Collegiate High School. A young woman named Cortland Walker she began 6 weeks late in that class because her dad, who was principal of Dunbar High School, missed the deadline. However, because all of the kids who registered early didn't show up, she was able to join. And so I want to announce that from that inaugural class, Cortland received her bachelor's degree from Mary Hardin Baylor University this past weekend. And she's looking forward to beginning her career this fall as an educator. This is just the look of success within reach. And I want to thank the administration, faculty, and staff for making this possible, not only in the life of Cortland Walker and her family, but for so many students throughout the county. Thank you. This is a very great program, and I'm greatly appreciative. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and congratulations to Cortland and her family. Ms. Wood, is there anything you'd like to say? No? Mr. Barr, anything you'd like to report on? Okay. I'm just going to report on, I was able to attend virtually the THACHE conference. It's the Texas Association of Chicanos in Higher Education. It's a professional organization committed to the improvement of educational and employment opportunities for Chicanos in higher education. This was the 46th annual one, and they had hundreds of registrants and attendees from Texas, California, and actually across the globe as well. The theme of this year's event was La Lucha Sigue, continuing the fight for dignity, education, and the Chicano identity. And much of the discussion was around seeking equity, especially considering the COVID and recovery from that. So it was a very spirited and lively discussions that I attended several sessions, and TCC was one of the sponsors of the event. And we were also well represented by the chair of the conference, and also the incoming president of the state board is Dr. Mayra Olivares Urueta. Belinda Lopez from the South Campus was also in attendance and serves as treasurer for the state board. Cristina Martinez Sullivan with TCC Connect is a co-chair, and Robert Ortiz is also one that was presenting. So thank them for the invitation, and it's still going on, I believe, through tomorrow. Okay.
Madam Chair.
Yes, sir.
I'd also like to congratulate, many of us went to the graduation ceremony, and it was fun. It was well done. If you had to be there to believe it. The parents were coming down one row, and the students were coming down the other, and the administration and the trustees were meeting in another room, just talking about old times. But congratulations to everyone for putting that together so successfully. I just really enjoy watching those young people or older people. I mean, there were some older people. That's really brings tears to your eyes. But anyway, thank y'all so much, administration, for doing that. It worked just beautifully.
Thank you. Very well done. It was a very good turnout, and we were glad to see so many families participate and to be honored and celebrated, because there's so much to celebrate. It was great. Thank you. Okay, we'll go on to the consideration and approval of the consent agenda. We have discussed these items in detail. Mr. Gates, should I read through each one of these or? Okay, yes, thank you. So consideration approval of regular rental rates for the Corporate Center for Learning and Development. Ms. Bryant. You're not on? No. How about now? There we go. Good evening, Board of Trustees, Chancellor, and colleagues. I am here tonight for consideration approval of the regular rental rates for the new Center for Corporate Learning and Development. And if it would be helpful for consideration of the new trustees, I'd be happy to give a brief introduction of what that is all about. Would that be helpful? I think you've all been briefed. So about 1.5 years ago, I was brought here to serve as the Executive Vice President for Corporate Solutions and Economic Development for TCC to create a new strategy in having TCC be the region's leader in being the face of business and industry. So focusing on working with businesses, their CEOs, their executive level staff, and creating customized learning and development solutions for the incumbent workforce of our region. And so part of that involved doing a construction project on the 3rd floor of Seattle, our Alliance location, which we are about finished with and hoping to open on July 12th to the public for rental. And that will also become the home of the Corporate Solutions team, where both myself and all of my team will be located. So we'll be also doing training and learning and development engagements there. But it's a 35,000 square foot facility that will also include renting to the businesses of Tarrant County, Denton County, anyone who wants to come to be able to host meetings, to do interviews, whatever they might need. So it's really to become that new home. So I'm here tonight asking for approval of the rental rates before you. And I'll be happy to answer any questions if anyone has any. I think since these have been presented already, would it be okay, Chancellor, if we proceed with the consent? Okay. All right.
If it's appropriate, I'll move approval of the consent agenda, which is items 4A through I.
Aye. Okay.
Second.
That motion was made by Mr. Barr and seconded by Dr. Morrison. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. Thank you so much.
Where are we?
All right. Let's see. We're to consideration approval of individual action items. Ms. Alanis, the ratification of purchase of district-wide bipolar ionization additions with Texas Air Systems, Inc. in the amount of $243,450 and with Heat Transfer Solutions, Inc. in the amount of $193,620 for a total of $437,070.
Yes, these reflect the ongoing improvements that we're making to the ventilation and filtration systems across the college in preparation for returning to campus in the fall. And this is funded through the CARES Act.
Okay. Any questions? I have a motion.
I move for approval.
Second.
Okay, motion was made by Mr. Greenhill and seconded by Mr. Barr. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay, the next one, consideration approval of contract with Ayers St. Rose for Tarrant County College Sustainability Master Plan Development Phase 1 in the amount of $176,786. Ms. Alanis.
Yeah, so this is the next phase in the work that we began with the board last fall to look at a sustainability master plan for the college. This will be phase 1 that covers primarily the facilities infrastructure, and we will present the results of that later this year.
Any questions or discussions for Ms. Alanis? Okay.
Move approval.
Okay, we have a motion.
Second.
Motion by Dr. Morrison and second by Mr. Hornsby. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Let's see. The next one we have is for, I'm sorry, I went down too far. 5C, consideration approval of construction contracts with multiple contractors for the annual district classroom renovations in the amount of $3,011,450.05. Ms. Alanis.
As you are aware, we've been renovating approximately 50 classrooms each year across the college campus. This reflects the construction work for this year's allocation. A list of those classrooms is attached to the board item.
If I could add, particularly for the new boards, new board members, as Ms. Alanis indicated, this is an annual activity. We began with somewhat over 700 classrooms. As we looked at scheduling efficiencies, room efficiencies, we're down to a little over 500 plus classrooms. And so this is an effort to ensure that those classrooms meet the needs of the students.
Thank you, Chancellor. Any questions or comments?
I did have one question. I thought it was interesting that on a portion of this work, we only had 2 bidders. Was there some reason for that?
I don't know the answer to that. There's a lot of work out there right now for contractors. We publicly advertise as well as make available to our normal pool of vendors.
We went through our normal procurement process on all of it?
Yes.
Madam President, I did have a comment. This may or may not be the appropriate time. However, please indulge me. I had asked a question a few days ago about knowing how difficult it is to prepare bids, and in this very busy and competitive time, if it would be appropriate and perhaps beneficial to do forecasting of upcoming projects, so that sometimes smaller firms need to hire contract estimators and people to prepare their bids. They could have a little advance notice. And I would like to ask staff to take a look at that, of doing that. I don't think it would alter the competitiveness of the bids. I just think it would give the smaller contractors a better opportunity to have a little bit of a warning. And I know that many times if there's a public announcement, by that time, the time is already too short for some of the smaller firms to get their bids appropriately and competitively prepared. So I'd like to ask staff, both your office and the purchasing office, to take a look at that and see how we can look at giving more advance notice. Some of us may have some ideas of what's coming down, but I think it would be very helpful if we had a little more definitive forecasting on the bids that we'll be looking forward to getting in the next coming time, especially as we get toward the end of spending $825 million. Mm-hmm. You think about it, that's a lot of money, but we're about almost halfway there. And I'd just like to see if we can implement that practice.
Yes, ma'am. And one of the things that you'll notice with the website that's been developed for the bond program is that as we fine tune our 5-year capital plan with Jacobs in place now, we'll start to have a much better forecast of when those bids will come due. And all of that information will be posted there publicly, and we'll be advertising it to all of our potential responders out there to make sure that they've got a sense of what's coming down the pike as well.
I would echo what Dr. Morrison said, and possibly we could send out something to the community that advises them where to look for that information. When absolutely, the website's up. I think that might accomplish part of what Dr. Morrison's talking about.
Mm-hmm. That's a great idea. Any further discussion? Ms. Alanis, is there like a standard time frame that we need to notify folks in advance? Is there a standard that we abide by, or is it just something that we establish ourselves as far as forecasting and when we notify folks of projects?
So there's state law that covers how long in advance you have to advertise and so on. I believe that we end up having them out there usually for 30 days.
Okay.
However, we, to Dr. Morrison's point, as we fine tune when the bond program will be released, we'll provide a much longer timeline
Perfect.
from that, probably multiple years, and we'll continue to update it over time.
That's perfect. Thank you. Thank you for that suggestion. Any other comments? Okay. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Okay, that was a motion by Mr. Hornsby and seconded by Mr. Barr. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Say nay. Okay, the motion carries. Which one are we on, Gene? D? Oh, there we are. Okay. Consideration approval of cooperative agreement with Texas Refrigeration for coil replacement project on Northwest Campus in the amount of $168,688. Ms. Elenise.
So you may recall that the February storm actually resulted in some damage to some of our air handling units at the Northwest Campus. There were some temporary repairs that were made at the time, but this is the longer term solution to resolve that damage. This is part of our insurance claim that we would anticipate reimbursement for as well.
Okay, thank you. Any questions or discussions? May I have a motion? Move to approve. Move to approve, okay. Second, okay. Miss Jenny, how do you pronounce your name again?
D-kind. It's
D-kind.
Be kind to D-kind.
D-kind, okay, great. Okay, motion by Miss D-kind and seconded by Mr. Hornsby. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Now, consideration and approval of a contract with Freedom Construction for the construction of the Trinity River ophthalmic exam rooms in the amount of $107,136. Ms. Elenise. Dr. Madison going to be joining you as well, or is it just you?
He actually is not. He covered the programmatic information last time, but I do have Dr. Tom Mills here if there's any additional questions about the program. This program expansion for an associate's degree was approved by the board last November, and these are the facility improvements that are necessary to be able to equip it to run that program.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions or comments?
Could I just ask what the pension is for that?
So Dr. Mills, I'm going to invite him up to the podium.
Thank you. Dr. Morrison, I could not hear the question. Could you repeat it?
What are the certifications that are offered for that program that we're buying this equipment for?
So the level 1 certificate completers will be a ophthalmic assistant. The level 2 certificate completers will be a certified ophthalmic assistant once they pass their certification exam. And then the AAS, the final completers, would be a certified ophthalmic technician once they finish.
That's great. And can you tell me how many people come through that program each year?
Well, I mean, the program doesn't exist currently as a credit program. Currently, we have 7 to 10 students in our continuing education credit program, which will parallel this, but we're anticipating 25 to 45 students per year.
Great. So we'll be doing some outreach and recruitment.
Pardon?
I said, so we will be doing outreach and recruitment.
Absolutely.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else?
No. Thank you, Dr. Mills. Okay. If there are no further questions, we'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Greenhill?
Second.
And seconded by Mr. Hornsby. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay, It's your show again. The monthly financial report, please.
Yes. So you've got the monthly financial report in your board packet, and it continues to be good news. Our property tax collections continue to exceed budget and where we were last year at this time by about $10 million. And that more than offsets the loss in tuition revenue that we had this past year. Continue to experience some savings on the expenditure side as well, based on the campus is not being fully operational at this point. So next month, you'll receive a preview of our projections in preparation for the budget for next year. So we'll have more analysis of it then. Any questions on
Any questions or comments?
Are you serious? It's budget time already?
Can you believe it?
No.
I cannot. Flies by.
August 31.
That's right. That's right. So you've also got in your packet the investment recap, and we continue to obviously have a large portfolio and a yield at under 0.5% at this point based on our restrictions. I will share with you that you will be receiving the briefing from our financial advisors in June with some recommended changes to our investment policy, primarily focused not on the different types of investments that we make, but the duration with which we're able to tie up our money based on the fund balance as well as the bond proceeds that we have. So we'll have some advice around that to hopefully improve some of the performance that we've seen, but you'll have more information in your packet next month. Be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions, comments for Ms. Helenice? Thank you. The Chancellor's report.
Thank you, Ms. Ayala. First, I would like to congratulate and welcome our new board members, as well as our new officers. Congratulations to you all. Just a couple of things for this week, for this month. The authority granted to me by this board, given the federal funding for CARES and HERF for us to be able to act in a timely manner that may not coincide with the board meetings. So 2 of those authorities were exercised. You did act on those tonight, so we add those to the list, specifically for hand sanitizing and the bipolar ionization additions. Both are in response to the COVID pandemic. The other items I'd like to highlight related to college activities and accolades and such. As was mentioned, we had our very first we called it a rolling commencement ceremony, although I don't know if anybody rolled. There was a lot of walking and very, very successful. And I want to thank and congratulate our staff. We had 166 volunteers. Went off very, very smooth. I want to thank the board members for participating. We had 7,889 graduates. 563 of those were high school students of associate degrees. And that number continues to grow. Grew well over 100 this year because we brought on a couple new high schools that finally had a graduating class. 1,864 did decide to roll or walk through Dickey's Arena. And we had all over 9,000 people attending. We will, as usual, do a little debriefing as to that ceremony as it was different. We're receiving a lot of positive comments related to that event and the nature of that event. So it may be not going to predict anything, but maybe a cause to pause as to what future graduations may look like. The COVID may have bred something new as it relates to college graduations. A couple other things I'd like to mention and highlight in the institution, and certainly in the back of your packet are a number of activities, events, good things, good news to share, awards, recognitions of campuses as well as individuals. I just want to highlight 2 of those. The American Association of Community Colleges, in partnership with the National Science Foundation, announced that it has selected 12 finalist teams to advance to the final round of the Community College Innovation Challenge. And obviously we were one of those. The competition seeks to strengthen entrepreneurial thinking among community college students by challenging them to develop STEM-based solutions to real-world problems. It also enables students to discover and demonstrate their capacity to use STEM to make a difference in the world and to translate that knowledge into action. So there were 12 selected nationwide finalists. Our submission is the Schmooze in Hive Mushroom Cultivator Project, is focused on improving the health of bee colonies. So changing the world every day. There we go. So we're very pleased with that recognition.
Chancellor, what does ACCT mean?
Well, ACCT is the American Association of Community College Trustees. Okay. This is AACC, American Association of Community Colleges, that sponsors this event. Lastly, I want to mention on the operations side that the NYX Marcoon Awards seeks the best work in marketing and communications throughout the world. Only those who have communicated universally through their talent will be selected for recognition. Every entry is evaluated by 20 or more international jurors, and I'm proud to say that we were awarded the gold in both categories we entered. An advertising campaign, This Is College, and the Reach magazine. So congratulations to the staff. That's quite unique. And as was mentioned by Dr. Morrison, if an opportunity, we have Dr. Rushing's address. And if you wish to send him a card, please do so. He's a beloved person. I had an opportunity to know Joe. I'm not quite 100 years old, but I've known him for a little bit in the past, and just a wonderful gentleman. And you can see what he built here in the legacy. And so celebrating his 100 years is really, really special. So thank you, Amasao. And that's it.
And I have a couple of questions.
Dr. Morrison?
If it's appropriate, we received a copy of a letter that the Chancellor, I believe, sent to all people, all staff, faculty. That's public, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And so I have a question in regard to some of the announcements that we've heard statewide about the particular mask. And could you just speak a little bit to how we're handling that?
Sure. I don't have the announcement in front of me, but you all did receive it, and we've had a working group for better over a month now to assess our return to work, and with the understanding and caveat a month or so ago that the trends and the predictions would be that, in fact, by August fall semester, we would be able to have some form of normalcy. And so that group was charged in doing that. So in large part, a lot of the work was done as to how to stage people coming back to work. We're not going to have everyone come back the same day, if you will. And so that has all been scheduled out beginning in July 5th. Obviously, there are people that do and have been coming to work regularly because of the nature of their work. But we'll start regular return July 5th and stage that in through the month of July, where August 2nd, I believe it is, that week will begin. All employees will have returned by then, and the faculty return a week or two after that for Connections Week. So we as you have acted on, we have taken precautions related to air handling and ionization and hand sanitizers, much more of a heightened awareness along those lines. You're probably aware that the governor did issue an executive order, goes into effect tonight at midnight or tomorrow night at midnight, that would speak to institutions such as ours, which indicates we do not need to mandate the wearing of masks. And so we obviously will follow that order. And that's what we convey to employees. And as time goes on, we will have a more clear message as it relates when people do come back to work. And certainly if people want to wear masks, they can wear masks.
So I have another question, sir, in relations to the holding of the meetings. Do you have any indication? The scheduling, will we still be able to do a combination of
board meetings?
Yes.
Yeah. So I might need a little help, Roger Carroll, but the governor, as Mr. Heed read each month, but allowing for telephonic meetings. That's not been rescinded. I don't know when that will be. And so we would have to respond to that.
So for now, we can do as we have in the past few months.
As of right now, yes, we can.
Okay.
Okay, and then 30 days? Okay, in 30 days, he's expected to make an order related to that. I will mention to you, we will be, when we do come back to normal, if you will, as a board in terms of meeting, the space in Trinity River, at the Trinity River campus at the down on the bottom floor, we have a new board meeting. I think we've talked about that as it relates to the renovations that's going on down there, and hopefully August. Okay, I'm getting head nods that August we will be able to be in that be into that room.
That is great. So let me just say, Chancellor, again, I just want to thank you and all of your staff for the work that you're doing, and to acknowledge all of our students, faculty, staff, administration over the past 15 months for the work that you've done, and for all that we've all been through, stories told and untold. And what I want us to think about is that if we're here today, we're better. And it's important that we move, and we be better together as we move forward.
So you read it.
Be a little kind. I read it.
Okay, good.
All the way to the bottom. Let's just be a little kind, as the Chancellor said, to each other. Thank you.
Thank you, Morrison. There's no closed session? Okay. So there's no closed session. I think we can adjourn. All right. Any other questions, comments before we close? I'd like to welcome you, Shannon, Ms. DeKine, Ms. Wood and Mr. DeKine, and welcome back, Mr. Hornsby. Thank you all. Have a good evening.